good to be on your show and to meet you. I am such a huge fan. It's unreal that you just even said my name. I'm in shock.
Oh my God, right back at you. I love what you put out into the world. Women really embrace, and men. I mean, by the way, we're going to talk about dating because that's just a fun subject that I want to get into with you right away, actually. But I just first want to preface like how dynamic you are and how amazing it is that you're here. And I thank you so much. It's just, this is what I live for. So thank you for everything that you do.
Right back at you. That means so much to me. I don't want this to be a total love fest, but like you just made my life saying that. I mean, I've been such a huge fan for so long, and
thank you.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into dating because that's like one of my favorite subjects ever to dissect. Dating apps. Thoughts, feelings, tell me.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's a lot going on there because guys do not come across great on dating apps, so it's not a fair place for them. And I don't have a lot to say about women on dating apps because I don't swipe on women, but I'm about to start because men are so disappointing on there. The pictures, the selfies, and I think the real problem is there's such visual apps are so visual that guys have to have pictures of themselves that accurately represent who they are. But men don't have as many pictures of themselves because men don't hang out with groups of men who are like, dude, your eyes look so amazing in the sunlight right now. Like, just stand still. The blue is popping so much. They don't have a gaggle of photographers around them like women do, capturing our best moments. So most men just have to have like selfies of themselves where a guy taking a selfie, it really is kind of repulsive to me. Or you get the picture of them on a boat with a fish.
Right.
Or
everyone is like, I was on an app. I went on an app. I think you've been on this app too, where every guy was a surfer, a photographer, had a dog, and like definitely their best friend's kid. And I was like, wow, this is like a cookie cutter. Like it's like the same thing over and over and over. And then I booked a date with one guy, like finally, and then he stood me up at the exact time we were supposed to meet. And I was like, can't you be a jerk like an hour before? That would have been such a time saver.
Oh,
what was the most shocking thing that happened to you on a dating app? Not that that's shocking. I know that happens all the time. I was more miffed that it was like at 3:00 when we were supposed to meet. I'm like, just do that at 2:00.
Were like wearing the outfit that you had chosen. You put so much time into meeting this person for the first time. It's just so disappointing.
Totally.
And,
I felt so stupid.
You do. You feel dumb. And it's nice to hear that it's happened to you too, because these apps, especially the one you're talking about, which I believe is like the celebrity dating app, which has like artists. I just call it DJs jumping off of yachts because it's just like, that's all it is.
And there are like big high-powered men. And of course I didn't go for any of those. I never have. I was like, oh, the comedy writer. That sounds fun.
Yep. And then I'm sure he was just extremely intimidated by you. That's always what I convince myself of when they cancel. I'm just like, he was just scared of his feelings for me. And this is like, oh, maybe he matched with a Victoria's Secret angel.
I think he's just an uncourteous person who has reasons that are completely fine to him, but is going about them all the wrong way. Screw that, Nikki. We got to face the facts. They're just not showing up. It may be personal, it may not be, but, you know, just whatever. Like, let's not fool ourselves in the middle of all of this. Moving on. I mean, you've talked about the beauty standards, because when I did see the female side of that very dating app, I couldn't believe the women on it. They were drop dead, bikini. Like, there's nothing better than when the Victoria's Secrets commercial comes on when I'm in the couch eating Chinese food. I'm like, oh my God, yes. I am celebrating you, and yet it's like, of course, I'm like my gut hanging out and the food hanging out of my mouth, and that's what that app was. It was all beautiful women in bikinis. And at the same time, like, I'm like, you know what? This is my body. I made 2 babies. I'm working with what I've got, and you know what? Screw it. I love these women in Victoria's Secret campaigns. I love these women on this app, and I'm not going to compare myself to them. But how do you approach it?
Oh, okay. So much to unpack there, because you're so right. I mean, it is wild, the competition on these apps when you do look into it and you're like, I'm competing against the hottest women in the world. Like, I don't even know what to do here. And it's so funny because the other night I was on the app and there was this guy, I think it was like a guy who's played Spider-Man before, you know, and I hearted him, and I was just like, please match, you know, where you wait and you go, did we link? And as I'm saying, please match, I was scraping hummus out of a party-sized container of hummus with my finger, being like, please match. And I go, who am I to think I deserve this person? But the comparing is wild. And I recently took Instagram off my phone. I take a couple days off because it's just nonstop comparing, whether it's good or bad. Like, even the girls that are like, I'm real and this is my cellulite. I'm like, God, her cellulite's cuter than mine. Like, I will find a way to make myself feel bad. And so I have done this thing that is the best thing I've done, which is just mute anyone who makes you feel bad. You don't need to block, because blocking tends to send a message to them. If you just mute, anytime you feel bad, someone posts a workout that you're like, oh, I didn't work out today. Mute. Someone posts their like glowy skin. Mute. My sister posts that my niece took her first steps. I'm like, mute. She's making me feel bad that I didn't get my Fitbit steps in today. And then I don't watch my niece grow up. So you do run the risk of missing moments in people's lives by muting them, but it's just self-care.
Listen, I love that. We're going to mute for 1 second and go to commercial, and then we're going to come back and we're going to bring your mom into the fold.
Yes.
All right, let's do this.